as per your project requirement, as per your requirement. And third is the Tarun. It is from 5 lakh 1 to 10 lakhs. So these are the three categories of Mudra loans. Now, the margin requirement. Margin requirement. What is the margin requirement? What is margin? Margin is the quantum of money of loan. That is the quantum which you as an individual have to set from your pocket. जितना पैसा आपको अपनी जेब से डालना पड़ेगा, that is termed as margin. For example, the bank says margin requirement will be 20%. इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि अगर आपको 100 रुपए का लोन मिल रहा है तो बैंक कहता है 80 रुपया तो हम देंगे, लेकिन पहले आप 20 रुपया अपनी पॉकेट से डालेंगे. So that is the margin. Hope it's clear to you all now. So margin is for all types of loan, bank will always ask margin, and this margin is primarily asked so that the individuals have their interest in the loan. अगर इसको दूसरे ढंग से हम अगर समझना चाहे मार्जिन की जरूरत क्यों होती है बैंक को और क्यों कहता है बैंक, वो इसलिए कि अगर सपोज आप एक कार लेते हैं, आपने मान लो 10 लाख की कार ली और बैंक कहता है इसमें हम आपसे 1 लाख रुपया मार्जिन लेंगे, तो अगर आपसे वो 1 लाख रुपया मार्जिन लेते हैं तो आपका इंटरेस्ट बैंक गाड़ी में बना रहेगा, क्योंकि योर 1 लाख इज ऑल्सो पार्ट ऑफ दैट लोन. आप उस असेट को ध्यान से रखेंगे, नहीं तो अगर पूरे का पूरा बैंक देगा तो वी एज एन इंडियंस विल थिंक अरे भाड़ में जाए कार, क्या फर्क पड़ता, हमारा तो पैसा लगा नहीं, बैंक का लगाया, गवर्नमेंट का लगाया, क्या करें, नहीं करेंगे कुछ. To avoid such issues, whether for agriculture sector, tractors, anything, government will always ask for margin. Margin is primarily asked for by the banks to ensure that the borrower takes interest in that asset. I hope it's very clear to you what the term margin is. Now, margin for Shishu is nil. That means in case of Shishu category loans, you will not have to give any type of margin. And for Kishore and Tarun, the margin is 25%. Borrowers can also file online application for Mudra loan on Udyami Mitra portal, and the Udyami Mitra portal site is given here, www.udyamimitra.in. इसमें आप साइट पे जाएं और आपको ऑनलाइन एप्लीकेशन मिलेगी, उसमें आपको भरना पड़ेगा किस बैंक से लोन लेना चाहते हो, कौन सी ब्रांच से लोन लेना चाहते हो, क्या कैटेगरी है, वो सब डिटेल उसमें भरेगी, और इसका फॉर्म कैसा होता है वो हम आगे आपको दिखाएंगे. Now, number of PMAY loans sanctioned during 2019 and 16. This will show you the significance of this loan and it says the government is giving 37,081. These are the numbers. 337. The amount disbursed is 329,684.63. That is a huge amount. करीब करीब जितना भी अमाउंट सैंक्शन किया था उससे थोड़ा कम डिसबर्स हो गया. Not that the bank have not disbursed it. It may be the persons who have taken loan, they have asked for some deferment, or they said they'll take it slightly later. This strength is up to March, so they might have taken loan in April 20. So that's why the figure has not come. So this is the figure, but this will show you the stress the government, impetus the government has given for success of the Mudra scheme. And now we'll get into the format. We'll get to the format as to how this Mudra loan looks like. The loan application for Mudra loan looks like. This application form has been devised by Government of India, and it is universally true applicable all over the country. That means this online application form which you will fill. You can apply to any bank, any branch in your vicinity or where you feel comfortable. So this is the loan application, and this Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana scheme reads like this. The contents are self-explanatory. This loan application says, it gives your name, your application serial number, name of the branch, category. Now the three categories you have seen: Shishu, Kishore, or Tarun, under which you want to take the loan. If you are taking under Shishu, you don't have to cater for any margin. For other two, you have to make margin of 25%. Now then you have to, other things are name of the business or constitution, whether it's partnership, proprietorship, private limited company, the current address, your address, where business is based, your telephone number, that is personal details when you are going to start the business, whether the unit is registered or not registered, it's a skilled or unskilled, what is social category, background information of the proprietor, then ID proof. This is called the KYC norms. Also, KYC norms stands for Know Your Customers. Know KYC norms. You must have heard this term. Whenever you want to open the account, bank will always ask you KYC norms. Now, KYC stands for Know Your Customer norms. These norms are followed. This is for your knowledge sake only, not for any other purposes, just for your interest. Why does the bank or institutions lay stress for KYC norms? It is primarily to curb money laundering. यानी गलत पैसा बैंक अकाउंट, अगर कोई पैसा बैंक में आ जाता है, then it becomes white money. तो कोई ब्लैक मनी ना आ जाए, गलत जगह से सोर्सेस से पैसा ना आ जाए, इसके लिए केवाईसी नॉर्म्स को अप्लाई किया जाता है. दैट मींस टू कर्ब मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग एंड टू प्रिवेंट यूज ऑफ बैंकिंग सिस्टम ऑफ फाइनेंशियल क्राइम्स. कोई भी फाइनेंशियल क्राइम से अवॉइड करने के लिए भी आप केवाईसी नॉर्म्स लगाते हैं. जब आप एक बार केवाईसी नॉर्म्स लगाते हैं, उसका मतलब आपकी सारी पर्सनल डिटेल्स बैंक के पास आ जाती हैं. अगर आपके पास कोई भी ज्यादा पैसा अकाउंट में आता है, कहीं भी कोई पैसा आपको पास आता है जहां पर बैंक को डाउट होता है, बैंक आपसे सीधे पूछता है, और अगर आप नहीं उसका सेटिस्फैक्टरी जवाब देते हैं, दिस रिपोर्ट इज सेंट टू बैंक हेड ऑफिस एंड देन ऑनवर्ड टू आरबीआई एंड देन द इंक्वायरीज आर मेड. देयरफॉर these are the requirement for KYC norms. I thought since the term KYC has come, I'll explain you what is the need in the banks, why the banks always stress for KYC certification. Then how much, what are your associate concerns, what are the nature of associations, what are your credit facilities existing in the saving bank account, current account, cash credit, term loan, LC, BG, etc. Now the two terms is the cash credit, यानी जितना पैसा आप अपनी इसके लिए, कैश क्रेडिट का एक अलग लोन होता है, उसी तरह से टर्म लोन होता है, उससे एलसी और बीजी होता है. ये टर्म लोन, करंट अकाउंट बात किया था. टर्म लोन क्या होता है? The term loan is explained as under the loan which is given for a fixed period. एक पीरियड के लिए जब लोन दिया जाता है, this is termed as the term loan. You must have understood two terms. One is called working capital loans, and second is called the term loans. So working capital loans are the loans which are given for a short period, and they are basically meant to cover day-to-day operations and expenses for running of a business. दिन के लिए पैसे के लिए जो लेना है, कितना रॉ मटेरियल लेना है, आज इधर जाना है, आज वहां जाना है, इसके लिए जो ट्रेवलिंग एक्सपेंसेस है, इसके लिए जो लोन दिया जाता है, दैट इज कॉल्ड वर्किंग कैपिटल. और वर्किंग कैपिटल क्या होता है? करंट असेट्स माइनस करंट लायबिलिटीज. ये टेक्निकल चीज है, लेकिन आप इतना भी कर लेंगे तो काफी है. देन कम्स इज द टर्म लोन. So term loan, as I said, this is for a specified period, that is called a term. That is why it is called a term loan. Term loans are three types. One is called the short-term loan, second called mid-term loans or medium-term loan, and third is called long-term loan. So short-term loan is for a period of 1 to 2 years. Short-term loan हो जाता है 1 to 2 years के लिए, and the medium-term loans are for 2 to 5 years, and anything above 5 happens to be the long-term loans. These long-term loans are basically meant to cover cost of purchasing the assets. हम लॉन्ग टर्म में जो भी लेते हैं, चाहे हम ट्रैक्टर खरीद लें, हम लैंड ले लें, हम प्लांट एंड मशीनरी ले लें, हम गाड़ी ले लें, जो भी हम अपनी स्टार्टअप के लिए लेते हैं, दैट इज we create an asset in case of long term loans, but in case of working capital loans it is for day to day requirement, to meet the day to day requirement, and no asset is created out of working capital. Then we talk of LC and BG. These are two terms. LC is called the letter of credit and BG means bank guarantee. Now letter of credit is, it's a financial instrument. Letter of credit क्या होता है? एक पेपर में लिखा जाता है जो बैंक इशू करता है, वो क्या होता है? It is an instrument used as an evidence of credit worthiness of an individual, issued by a bank. It is very significant in the trade financing as per agreed terms. अब लेटर ऑफ क्रेडिट में क्या होता है, आपको सिर्फ ब्रीफ में बताने के लिए, मान लो आप यहाँ इंडिया में, दिल्ली में आप बिजनेस कर रहे हैं और आपको माल मंगाना है लंदन से. नाउ दैट बैंक मे नॉट नो यू, और लंदन द supplier may not know you, and if he does not know you, what will be trust? वो आपको कैसे पैसा देगा? आप लेकर के भाग भी सकते हो. इसके लिए वो आपसे क्या कहता है कि आप अपने बैंक से हमें एक एलसी इशू करा दो. एलसी का मतलब लेटर ऑफ क्रेडिट. तो अगर बैंक आपको एलसी इशू करता है, उसका मतलब ये है कि अगर आप बैंक आप उसको इस लेटर ऑफ क्रेडिट के थ्रू बता रहा है कि ये जो इंडिविजुअल है, इसकी क्रेडिट वर्दिनेस पूरी है, ये आपके लोन, आपकी सप्लाई के लिए पैसा देने के लिए वर्थ है, और अगर ये नहीं देता तो हम देंगे. बैंक विल गिव द मनी. So thereby the individual from London will be rest assured कि मेरा पैसा कहीं जाएगा नहीं, अगर ये नहीं मिलेगा तो बैंक मेरे को पैसा दे देगा. इसीलिए LC is issued, it is called letter of credit. That is the quantum of credit the people have in the financial system. It goes on to explain. Then second term is called the BG or bank guarantee. Bank guarantee, it is again, it is the guarantee given by the bank to the seller in case buyer defaults in making payment. अगर आपने, किसी ने कहा, कोई आपका सप्लायर है, वो आप किसी सामान खरीदते हैं, वो आपसे कहता है कि नहीं आप मेरे को बैंक गारंटी दो, मैं आपको नहीं जानता हूं, मैं एलसी से नहीं जानता हूं, मेरे को बैंक गारंटी दो. तो बैंक अगर आपको गारंटी इशू करता है, बैंक गारंटी एक पेपर में लिखित होती है, वो अपने कस्टमर्स को देते हैं. अगर बैंक गारंटी इशू करता है, इसका मतलब इन केस द इंडिविजुअल डिफॉल्ट्स, तो पेमेंट विल बी डन बाय द बैंक. So therefore, while the LC is for credit worthiness, bank guarantee is for default in the payments. Now, then after this, we move on to the other part, other details, and these are quite simple. All credit facilities, how much credit is to be given, then total amount of credit, working capital, everything is given, this is worked out. And lastly, in the end of this, you will find one acknowledgement. These are the declarations, your declarations here. And then this end is the acknowledgement slip for loan application under Pradhan Mantri Yojana. Once you have filled in everything, so these details will be filled in and the bank will give you this slip so that you can process it further. Even online, you can check through the application system generated manual number. Now, this was in detail, which I thought I must tell you so that you are benefited and you are not taken by surprise if the banks ask you about this system. Now, having seen this, we have seen the MSME, but last year in this year in July, because of the COVID impact, a lot of the economic distorting things have happened, and in fact the economy has run in a back rail, and therefore the government has decided that they must do something about the MSME, and in this they have done is that all the products and services classifications have been made one. Earlier, for manufacturing enterprises, service enterprises, things requirement was different. Now under this category, they have, what MSME has done is, it is a revised classification applicable with effect from 1st of July this year. Now, it consists of the composite criteria: investment in plant and machinery, equipment, and annual turnover basis. For classification, it is manufacturing enterprises rendering service. That means for both those who are manufacturing and those who are rendering services. In case of micro, in the micro enterprises, investment in plant and machinery or equipment not more than 1 crore and annual turnover not more than 5 crores. That means those units will be termed as micro units, where the investment in plant and machinery or equipment is not more than 1 crore. 1 crore से कम होना चाहिए, और annual turnover should not be more than 5 crores. Then comes the second category, that is small. Now, these terms are made from MSME. M stands for micro, S stands for small, M stands for medium, and E for enterprises. So the reclassification of SME under micro, the companies which will form will be those who don't have investment in plant and machinery not more than 1 crore, and annual turnover not more than 5 crores. And in case of small enterprises, investment in plant and machinery not more than 10 crores and annual turnover not more than 50 crores. That means 10 times of the micro micro units. And then comes the medium. Medium is 5 times the small. That means investment in plant and machinery or equipment not more than 50 crores and annual turnover not more than 250 crores. Then this is the process which we told you how it works. It when you approach the branch for seeking loan, the bank will make inquiry, and they'll seek an application for loan from you. They'll get your business details. After this, the KYC of the individual, which we explained to you, or the companies, will be taken by the bank. Then they ask for the rent agreement, registry of the owner's plot. क्योंकि कहीं भी आप बिजनेस करेंगे तो वो आपकी या तो अपनी जमीन होगी या आपने रेंट पे ली होगी, तो वो इसका एग्रीमेंट करेंगे या आपकी रजिस्ट्री की प्लॉट की रजिस्ट्री लेंगे, तो ascertain that your position about the plot and the area where you are functioning is correct. Then it is the CIBIL score. CIBIL stands for Credit Information Bureau of India Limited. It is a autonomous body under RBI which gives credit scoring. The credit scoring is it's a 3-digit scoring from 300 to 900. The scoring is done through various factors, starting from your name, your qualification, your business, location. For everything, there are marks allotted. And also, how much money you have, what are your plans, whether you have defaulted, if not, whether you have deferred payments. For all these things, all activities, scoring is done. Once the scoring total comes, the scoring total will be minimum 300. It cannot be less than this. It will be more than this. And it will be around 900. If it is between 750 to 900, 750 to 900, banks will be ready to give the loan. However, if it is less than 750, banks may raise some queries for your project assessment. Then they will ask for your project report. आप अपने CA से प्रोजेक्ट रिपोर्ट बनाएंगे कि हमारा प्रोजेक्ट ये है, उसकी डिटेल होती है, वो प्रोजेक्ट लेकर के आप बैंक में जाएंगे. Then having gone to the bank, then the bank will get into the due diligence. बैंक विल गेट इनटू द ड्यू डिलिजेंस. ड्यू डिलिजेंस का मतलब है वो इसको असेस करेंगे, आपकी जो रिपोर्ट को असेस करेंगे, और इस असेसमेंट में दे कंसीडर 4 C's. 4 C's. These C's are कैपेसिटी टू पे बैक द लोन. आपकी कैपेसिटी क्या इस लोन को वापस देने की होगी. सेकंड C stands for the capital. That means lender considers your saving, investment, properties, etc. to pay the mortgage. अगर आप वो ये देखेगा कि आपका कैपिटल कितना है, आपके घर कितने हैं, आपके मकान कितने हैं, आपकी कितनी दुकान है, so that can be taken as collateral security. Then the bank stands for additional security, that is the collateral, and finally the credit score, which is given by the CIBIL. So these are the few things which the bank assess before giving the loan. Then the assessment is done. On this basis, the bank manager assesses your application. Having assessed their application, then it is given to the controlling office or the zonal ZO or zonal office. Once the approval is given by the zonal office or the loan, the bank issues sanction letter to the sanction letter to the borrower. Once sanction letter is done, then the all documentation is done at the branch level. That means all these details, all these documents, everything which you had told in the applications are corroborated and asked in physical form. Then you are asked to open a current account in the account. Once current account is opened by you with the branch, then the money is given to you through the account. No bank will give you money in cash or money in hand. It will always routed through the account. Once the money is disbursed to your loan, you get the money from your side, that is borrower side. The bank individual is happy that he has got the money, but bank is not happy. Bank's process of loaning continues, and the action hereafter is called the post sanction control. Till here, from first step till this step, that is disbursement of loan, this comes under one category. It is called as pre-sanction appraisal. इंक्वायरी से लेकर के डिसबर्समेंट ऑफ लोन तक का जो फील्ड आता है, दिस इज कॉल्ड प्री सैंक्शन अप्रेजल. एंड आफ्टर दिस, दैट इज post sanction, it is called post sanction controls. So bank loaning is divided into two parts. One is pre sanction appraisal, and second is post sanction control, which starts once the loan has been given to this. Under this, the bank ensures that all your documentation is correct. They make a follow up कि आपने जो लोन लिया है उसका सही इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं, एंड यूज सही कर रहे हैं. आपने लिया तो था अपनी बिजनेस के लिए, आपने एक अपनी पर्सनल गाड़ी तो नहीं खरीदी. And also they supervise your loans. All your जितना भी लोन किया है उसकी रिटर्न्स मांगेंगे, उससे मंथली रिटर्न मांगेंगे, आपका रॉ मटेरियल आता है उसको चेक करेंगे. So these are various ways of checking your loan process, and this is how the loan process is done at the branch level. Friends, this is we attempted to explain you in detail, and anything you have any questions you can raise. Rest as far as the this is concerned, we have tried to explain. Should any student or any participant have any doubts, I'll attempt to certainly quench your thirst. Okay, then I assume everything is fine. Thank you. Thank you so much for your...
I was having some internet connectivity problem here a lot. Actually, light was disturbed here.
Okay.
And I'm now connected from my phone. Actually,
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you, sir, for sharing such a nice session, sir.
Thank you. And in case your participants have any doubts whatsoever, they can always fall back to me through one question. Sir, there is one question from Shreya Sharma. If a student wants to loan for his or her personal entrepreneurship idea, how would they get the loan, because they won't have any property for collateral? Yes. But you are perfectly right, Shreya. This is all SMEs are meant for this only. The government schemes are meant only for this. If they take only your idea, then that becomes venture capital. Then it becomes venture capitalist you need. But for normal schemes, you don't need this. And in the in MSME sector, when we talk of loans up to 50,000, no collateral whatsoever are required. So you can always approach your bank and take loan under this. Once you build up your business expands, then the bank will automatically give you more loans depending on success of your business and success of your product. Anything else, anybody? Okay, Shreya, thank you. You return, thank you. So thanks, very fine. Anyone, any other query? However, dear friends, in case you have any other query, even later on, you through Dr. Rahul, you can fall back to me. You can always, I am always there to help you out, and we'll certainly find solutions to whatever issues you have in future also.
Sure, sure. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the wonderful session, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Rahul. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, bye, bye.
To the participants, for today, I will be sharing attendance link on the WhatsApp group. In the meantime, please wait and coordinate. I am having some issues with the network connectivity. So I will share on the WhatsApp group only, and you can mark your attendance thereafter. I am ending the session now. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.